Hello everyone, welcome to MBA Karo. SNAP test 1 was conducted yesterday, and after an initial analysis, we talked about some of the possible cutoffs. But later on, I realized that the cutoffs will dip a bit. Okay, the ones that I mentioned yesterday, I don't think that would be the cutoffs because by listening to students' perspective and speaking to a lot of students, I realized that there were some questions in quant which were way too difficult. So definitely, people might not have been able to score that high in quant because quant is always a bottleneck because of the speed issue, not because of the concept part, but because of the speed that you have to maintain in Snap. So in this video, we are going to discuss that what could be the possible cutoffs based on Snap test one. Now, two slots, both slots are comparable. That was not much major difference between the two. I saw the questions of the second slot also based on students' feedback, and I realized that both slots were on similar difficulty level. So neither of the slots was on easy side. Okay, so and if you are preparing for Snap and are looking for mock test, you can check our mock test. And we are updating two of the mocks based on the latest pattern that happened in yesterday's examination. Now, if you talk about the paper, I'm talking about both sections, I mean, both slots. English was on the easy side, typical Snap English. People are aware of the topics. They study about figures of speech, they study about different parts of speech, except one or two questions which are debatable as always. People must have been able to easily attempt, most of the students must have attempted more than 10 questions because the grammar errors were also not so difficult ones. So I believe that even the vocabulary was not that difficult. So there was one question on vocabulary which was not difficult, unlike sometimes there used to be difficult vocab questions. So I believe that general English must have been on the easy side for most of the candidates. Analytical and logical reasoning could be moderate because of the reading part, but I believe that the critical reasoning thing, although you had to read a bit, but the questions were easy. It was not that tricky questions in your critical reasoning or very difficult questions in other topics. So I again believe that it could be easy to moderate. Quant was difficult given that there were a lot of speed breakers. At least 4 or 5 questions were there, which would have taken a lot of time. Plus, it was about conceptual strength. Some of the aspirants, those who target specifically SNAP, do not cover all the topics, right? So, some may not have covered geometry in depth, or let's say cubic equations, right, which was asked. One of the questions was on series based, so lengthy question on series. Okay, so there were definitely some questions which were on the difficult side. So definitely, and there were some sitters also. The smart strategy was to pick up the sitters, and there are not many students who are able to apply this because they see a question, they start panicking and probably leave the section altogether and start solving the other sections. So there were some doable questions, but still I would rate this as moderate to difficult and higher on the higher side. So overall, a moderate paper. Now, expected score versus percentile. Yesterday, we were saying that 98 would be somewhere around 44, but that won't be the case. I mean, even 99 would be below 44 and 45, let's say around 43 to 44. For SIBM, you need somewhere around SIBM and SCMHRD is 98 plus. So if you are getting 41 plus 41, 42, 42 plus, I guess that it must be a safe score. Okay, for these two institutions. And like it is like these are the top two colleges that have this cutoff. Then you have SIIB, and SIIB is generally at around 95 percentile, so 37, 38. Then SIBM Bangalore. Okay, and similarly SIOM Nasik would be around 35 marks. So if you are able to cross the 35 mark, you will be getting these colleges. So basically, like for the top two, it may go up to 41, 42. Okay, because there will definitely be some students. There are a lot of students who prepared well on CAT. Okay, and the ones who have prepared for CAT. See, there are two kind of students. One is that those who prepared only for SNAP, I mean, they do not write CAT. A lot of students only prepare for NMAT, SNAP, and other OMETs, but do not write CAT. But the people who write CAT, they definitely prepare syllabus in vast. So there will definitely be those students who might have prepared those concepts in depth and must be in good touch with quant. So they would have been able to scale this up. At the same time, there are some students who are not prepared for the reasoning topics. Okay, so but I believe that 41, 42 would be that mark which is most likely to be the cutoff for these two institutes, and these are going to be the other percentiles. Okay, and lower scores, the percentiles drop drastically. Like you can have 60 percentile at 25. Okay, so at like there are a lot of people who have concentrated scores in that region. So this is our new prediction based on the feedback of students and further evaluation of the paper. Now these are the cutoffs for the top colleges. Okay, SIBM Pune. So last year SCM HRD had a higher cutoff than SIBM Pune. Usually these two institutes have cutoff in 98, 97 region. But last year SIBM, SCM HRD had 98.3 or SIBM had 98. So that was the scenario. Okay, SIIB is around 95 percentile. So for these two, you can expect like 41, 42 if you are getting, plus that you are safe for the calls. Okay, here it may be 38, 39 could be the number, somewhere around 37 or 38, and like 37 plus 35 plus, and here you could get 33 plus 33, 34, and like early 30s you may get calls from these institutes. Okay, so these are the cutoff predictions. Now will they go up or down? Definitely not. They won't go down drastically, but they may go up if snap 2 or 3 turns out to be easy. And historically we have seen that later uh, like it is not consistent. Okay, no matter they write explicitly that we have done research, like we have done thorough statistics, applied thorough statistics, but that is not at all true. Okay, so what will happen is English remains the same. Last year quant in the second slot was easy, so may the paper may turn out to be easy on the other slots. So like maybe say slot 2, slot 3. Okay, so just try to give your best. It's a gamble. Nobody knows which slot turns out to be which of what level. If the other slots turn out to be easy, maybe the cutoffs may go up by 1 or 2 marks. Okay, or even more depending on how easy the paper is. Because last year quant in slot 2 was very easy as compared to the first slot. Okay, so that's why people scored very high in the second slot. So this was the prediction. Okay, so if you are yet to fill some of the forms, many of the forms have been closed, but some of the forms you are yet to fill, so you can decide on those calls, those numbers. Probably you would be able to. Let's say if you are getting, if you have to fill. Uh, like some of these institutes must be open. So let's say if you are targeting SI uh, CSR, which has cut off in the 85 percentile range. And if you are expecting around 33, 32, 33, so you can go ahead filling those forms. So for that reason, you can have a look at these possible cutoff predictions. And in case you are preparing for SNAP and are looking for mock test, you can try our mock test, and that will give you a good variety of questions. And we will be updating mock 7 and 9 as per the latest pattern, which was asked in SNAP 2024. So, if you are preparing for the remaining two parts, my suggestion would be just cover the concepts, right? Especially in quant, like let's say if you have not covered geometry, just brush up the concepts, theorems वगैरह देख लेना, mensuration के logarithm and algebra also. Please do cover it, do cover the basics at least. Okay, and so that you are able to attempt more in quant. And reasoning also, if you have not covered certain topics like clocks and calendars, it's a must do thing. You, although the questions were easy, even if they are challenging questions, you should be able to attempt them. Binary logic, blood relations, these are some topics which are short and are very likely to be asked in the examination. So cover these, and in English also the topics which were tested like figure of speech, idioms and phrases. We have a free PDF also on idioms and phrases. that you can check out on our Telegram group. So cover those essential topics for SNAP, and you will see that your scores will be improved from first attempt. So wish you all the best for the second attempt of SNAP.